What's up, gamers? This is Proto, and welcome to another episode of Like or Dislike, where we look at some of the latest games that come out. I give you an overview of the game, do a pros and cons at the end, and help you decide if you want to get it, and just my overall thoughts about the game. And today we are looking at Windbound. Now, this is a beautiful third-person action-adventure / survival game set in an ocean-setting world. You play as Kara, a member of a tribe that got lost at sea, and you wake up on a set of islands and you have to begin a quest to return home. Now, you have to survive by journeying to different little islands to activate waypoints to get you closer to home, while at the same time unraveling a bigger mystery of what's going on with these islands. Now, no island is the same, having different sets of resources on each. You'll have to plan on what to take and not with you until you can craft better ways to carry more items and a better ship to traverse the world and go around. Now, like I said, crafting is a big thing in this world, and you will craft everything you need, from tools to weapons to little items for everyday use, to ways to improve and expand your ship. Also, you're using the resources you find. Now, some items can be simple to make, while some may require many items or the process of making one item and then upgrade it. And you pretty much will be doing that when it comes to making basic weapons to advanced weapons. You have to make the basic form and then upgrade to the advanced form. Even when it comes to building your ship that you're going to sell, you're going to need certain materials that you have to go to other islands for. And it really plays into the survival part, and the management, deciding which resources to take, what to plot out, and how to build what you're going to use. Now, what's unique about this game is there isn't a single word said in this entire game. Instead, having every creature reaction has its own musical theme or note. When you approach certain creatures, you'll hear a specific tone catered just to that particular species. Now, the music and the themes of these creatures is amazing, having both a very relaxed state to a high tense moment when you're in combat. And it's really interesting because, like I say, each creature has their own little theme of music. Each one has their own little notes, and you can tell when you hear them, you can tell which creature it is. Lets you know whether you want to deal with them, whether you want to hunt them for resources, or if you just want to avoid them and keep on moving. And I think that's amazing. And like I said, when the music gets into play, when you're traversing, you're fighting, you're trying to avoid stuff, the music is just amazing in this. Now, I did run into a few frame rate drops and a couple of times that the game kept crashing in chapter 3, but you can manually save whenever you want to, which definitely helped out a lot. Pretty much after chapter 3, I didn't see any more crashes, but it's just like constantly it probably crashed like every 20 to 30 minutes in chapter 3. So I was just constantly manually saving after I got to certain points so I wouldn't have to constantly redo it again. Now, the camera is free floating, so it can get annoying sometimes repositioning it, but you can lock onto enemies when in combat, so that's a big plus. And I can understand it being a free-flowing camera. Sometimes you want to see everything around you, but sometimes I wish the camera would just automatically just stay behind you until you move it yourself, and then it just went back to it. Now, visually, the game is very beautiful with its soft shade, bright, and beautiful color palette. And I know a lot of people are probably going to put this in reference to the Zelda games, how it looks. I can definitely see similar art styles to this, but this one to me has its own particular art style that stands out. Now, all this gameplay that you guys are seeing was captured on the Xbox One X, and that's pretty much the review of the game. What you can expect, what you could be doing in the game. So with that being said, let's jump into the pros versus the cons. And starting off with the pros, the first one we're going to look at is the survival aspect. I really enjoy the survival part of this. I'm a big survival type game person, so I really like the concept of managing resources, crafting, planning your moves ahead of what you need, and I thought it was a good balance. Especially since every island doesn't have the same resource, you're not staying to one particular island. Now, granted, there's some islands that may have resources that you can use over and over and over, but if you want to do certain things, you're going to have to leave those islands, and I like that. And that really makes the game progress further, because as you progress further, you'll get more access to better resources. Now, the next part we're going to look at is the music. I think music is a very important thing in the game in general. I think it sets the tone, it gets you in the world, gets you in the atmosphere. And like I said, the fact that not a single word is said, but everything is told through musical notes, tension, animals, just traversing the world, I think it is amazing. Just traveling across the ocean and having that relaxing music play, it just put me at a calm state, and I really like that. And the last part we're gonna look at is the story. Once again, I'm a big story person. I love multiplayer too, but I'm a big story person. And I really like how they told this story. Like, as you progress further, you really want to find out what's going on, what started this out, what's going on with this game. And it just really had me hooked. Once I got through the first chapter, I really want to know what's really going on. And as you traverse the islands, you start getting clues of what's going on and start putting it together. So kudos on the story, definitely. So with the pros done, let's take a look at the cons. So starting off, the first con we're gonna have to put is the camera. Like I said, the free-flowing camera can be annoying sometimes, especially when you're not trying to move the camera, you end up doing it. Now, like I said, when you're going into combat, you can lock onto your enemies, which puts the camera right behind you, which I like. I wish the camera would have stayed like that, and you can just move it on your own, but reposition there. But, you know, they did that for a reason, but I can see that making a lot of people annoyed. Now, the next con we're gonna look at is the controls. The controls can be a little bit complicated, especially if you're used to other survival type games where they have like a universal setting, you know, certain buttons mean certain things. And Windbound are not necessarily that, so you might be like going back and forth doing certain things that you don't mean to do. But once you start to learn the controls, it becomes a little easier, but I can see that turn off a lot of people initially at first. And the last con we're gonna look at is the inventory and craft windows. You'll be spending a lot of time in these windows crafting different items, especially when your items break and you gotta remake new ones, or you want to just look and see what resources you need to upgrade what you want. Like I said, it can get annoying going back and forth. Like I said, you probably want to spend a good quarter of the time playing the game in your crafting windows, and if you really don't want to do that, this might not be the game for you. So that's pretty much the pros and cons of the game. Overall, I'm really enjoying the game. I really like it. I can see the pros over the cons, but I can see a lot of people have mixed opinions about it. But let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about this game. If you're thinking about getting it, let me know if the pros and cons help you. Let me know if my overall thoughts of the game help you out. If you already got it, let me know something you like or something you don't like about the game. And pretty much, I hope that helps you out. If you guys enjoyed the review, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know you guys like reviews like this. If there's a certain game you want me to review, let me know and I'll try to pick it up and review it. But that's pretty much the end of it. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I talk about stuff going on in the game and tech world. I do reviews on some of the latest gaming tech that's out. I do top 10 new games coming out every month and so much more. Make sure to follow me on social media pages so you can keep up to date with what's going on if you don't reach out to me. I love talking about gaming, so don't be afraid to hit me up. You can catch me streaming on Twitch. I'll be streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, playing all types of games. Have multiplayer Mondays, Indie Day Wednesdays, and Storyline Days Saturdays. And just catch me up on there. Be chatting up with me while I'm gaming. But this is Proto, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.